So, because we're doing this on a Sunday, not our usual Monday, we don't have the actual figures for the weekend box office, but we do have the projections. And that's basically we've got the data from the Friday results and some of Saturdays, and we can somewhat see where the week's going to go. So, we think the top five is going to be Gran Turismo with 16.5 million, Barbie with 15.7 million, Blue Beetle with 10 million, Oppenheimer with 8 million, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem with 5.6 million. So, James, are you surprised by these results at all? Mainly in regards to Barbie taking up number two spot and Gran Turismo dominating, or not dominating, but be number one.
These are based on Deadline's projections, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Right, yeah. Deadline are pretty reliable when it comes to box office and their projections. Sometimes they lowball this. So I can see some of these projections going a little bit higher. I mean, I had Gran Turismo at 17 million and 16.5. I think it will be closer to 17 million once everything plays out. Barbie, I had it at 15.5, so they're going higher than that. So perhaps we might actually get a real battle for Barbie in its sixth weekend taking the number one spot, which I think is that would be like, that's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. I had Blue Beetle at 12.2 for a 10 million weekend. That's a big drop. Barring something I'll cover something else this weekend that I'll cover in just a second. But yeah, 10 million, that's a huge drop. The fact that Oppenheimer in its sixth weekend is only 2 million out from it based on these projections is that's just crazy to me. Yeah, Oppenheimer dropping around to 8 million. I have that forecasted at 8.1 million. Mutant Ninja Turtles, 5.6 is a lot lower than what I thought as well. I had that at 7 million. So it's all tracking real well. The thing that makes this weekend so interesting is National Cinema Day. Do you know much about that? Because it's like an American thing.
Yeah, I've seen stuff all about it. Everywhere.
Yeah. So it offers everything at 4 million a day, and like I know that the Sunday ticket pre-sales are 700% plus higher than Saturday. So you're going to get a lot of activity on Sunday that will change all of these numbers in a very interesting way. But essentially, with a ticket being $4 a day, everyone's going to come to the cinema on that Sunday and watch those movies. They might even watch multiple movies because since like tickets are like $12 US, around that figure. And they can see, three for the price of one. It will make it interesting. Because especially the fact that the National Cinema Day is on a Sunday, and when estimates come out tomorrow, that is based on Friday and Saturday and then Sunday estimates. So the actuals on Tuesday or Monday for the US will be when, we actually get how this top five plays out. I mean, looking at this, it seems like Oppenheimer may even be able to get into the third spot. I think it's unlikely, but yeah, just the Barbenheimer thing dominating in its sixth weekend. It's both still in the top five. Barbie competing for first spot. It's crazy. But my main points, Gran Turismo, the opener for this weekend. It'll open at number one. I do believe it'll beat Barbie, but I think 16.5 is very, very disappointing. I mean, the series has sold like 90 million units, which is the biggest PlayStation exclusive video game franchise ever. And for it to only get 16.5 million, I think is low because I thought it would attract an audience similar to Fast and Furious, racing and car enthusiasts and stuff. But I don't know what it is. Is it the lack of actors being able to, help market this movie? Or, is it just the marketing itself? Because the trailers I always thought they were cheesy. They were nothing. They didn't make it seem interesting at all. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, the movie is definitely better than the trailers for sure.
100%.
I think the strikes does have an impact on Gran Turismo, but I also think people are just sick of video game films, especially like not good ones. We've seen Rotten Tomato score drop their results before it even released in the US, and it was rotten. So people are probably thinking, "Oh, this is just like a typical video game adaptation. Why waste our money?" When actually it's actually a very entertaining film. Fast and Furious doesn't quite help its case because you know the past few have been pretty, pretty average.
Yeah.
Goes to show, especially with Fast X, earlier this year, how it completely bombed, uh, so to speak. So yeah, I think people are just they're just wanting to see good films, and I think we're seeing that with Barbie and Oppenheimer. You know,
Mhm.
and they're both great films, and the fact that they're featured in the top three or even top five for the past 6 weeks is absolutely insane. Blue
Mhm.
Beetle, yeah, that could very much lose its third spot. Really, if you think about it, like
Yeah.
it could go it could go down to fourth, and Oppenheimer could end up being third, which is insane. So I think right now the cinema industry is really getting carried by Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Mhm.
Goes to show because they're both fantastic films, and obviously people want to see quality over whatever else we
Yeah.
get nowadays.
Yep.
Because times are tough right now, and people want to spend their good hard-earned cash on something
Mhm.
worthwhile and good, and it
Yeah.
translates to this dominance. Ninja Turtles being in the top five, fuck yes. Hopefully we get still yet to see it. Hopefully I can see it down here.
Yep.
But yeah, that's really good for an animated film and not quite a peak animated time, really.
Mm,
Um, yeah, it's all good results there, I reckon.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought that the National Cinema Day would save Blue Beetle from a bad drop. 10 million's fine, but yeah, I thought it'd be around 50%. Can't believe I got that one that wrong. Yeah, but
Oh,
that's DC. I should expect the worst.
you should always. It's the status quo nowadays with DC.